Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. My name is Madison, and today I'm taking you guys through the nitty-gritty part of us moving several states away. A few weeks ago, I took you all on our trip down to Georgia to go house shopping, which is probably the most fun part of moving. And now here we are having to pack up all of our belongings to move all the way down to Georgia. So today, I hope you guys don't mind as I take you guys through the very first part of us packing up to move and getting our house ready to stage. Quite frankly, we had to just get everything ready to go so fast because we had less than a 30-day turnaround, it seemed like, from the day we found out we were moving till the day that we actually moved down to Georgia. So to get our house ready to go up on the market here soon, there was quite a few half-done projects lying around the house that I had intended to get done before the holiday season came around. One of the biggest ones being this guest bathroom vanity. You can tell where there was some discoloration before, and I did try to sand it down, but it seemed as though only part of the front section was true wood and that side panel was just MDF, unfortunately, so there's no way we could have sanded that down to make it look like real wood and stain really pretty. So instead, I was going through what we had in storage and found some of this cream furniture paint from when we were fixing up some areas in our kitchen. So I just went ahead and sanded that down one day before work, and then after that painted it and got it ready to go. I think some of the little house projects like this, like fixing up this bathroom vanity, and what I'll later show you guys was the basement downstairs, fixing up that flooring tile from where they originally had some really horrible built-ins. I think both of these projects really added so much value to our home prior to selling, just because it really improved the aesthetics of the house. So, just a little bonus tip, if you're also in the market to sell, just do all the little things. We even caulked all of the baseboards prior to moving and listing the house as well, just so it looked very fresh and new again. It's the little details, at least for me, that I pay attention to, and I assume that other people do as well, and or maybe I've just been taught to look at those things. So unfortunately, in all of the craziness of moving, I never did end up getting a finished clip of this bathroom vanity. I do think it turned out really good. The cream color really complemented the brown granite that it has on the top. And quite frankly, we were shopping for a new bathroom vanity to possibly replace this one before we ended up doing this DIY. We even looked at some that were very similar to this, and it would have cost probably $500+ to have that color of cabinets with the granite on top. So very proud of that one. But the biggest project was not painting over this bathroom vanity. It was trying to learn and teach myself how to do these vinyl plank flooring tiles down in our basement workout room. Oh boy, was that a project, but I think it really helped bring up our home value to replace where those ugly built-ins were and then fix the flooring that they obviously didn't carry all the way underneath when they had redone the house themselves, or at least the previous owners, that is, anyways. Alright, finally got this stupid plastic, I don't even know what this is. I got this stupid thing up, so now we can fill in this. I'm working on taking out this section since they had built-ins here before, and obviously this one's not a full square, so we're just gonna fix that. So I'm sure there are plenty of handymen, contract workers, and maybe even realtors alike out there that aren't going to say just go for it. Ours were totally for it because they even said it just looked pretty crappy in like a half-finished project. And so I went for it. It honestly just took me like 3 or 4 hours before work one morning, and I think it totally transformed the space. The only thing we had left to do was hopefully get some new baseboards and paint the one wall. Obviously that was a different color where the built-ins were. Also, I just wanted to say there was something so satisfying about peeling off the peel and stick backings of these tiles. I mean, obviously the ones that are a whole tile were super duper easy. That wasn't an issue. It was mostly the ones that were right up against the wall that you had to measure. That were a little bit more complicated. Alright, making progress. This tile's new, that tile's new, and that tile's new. So all I have to do now are the ones that are up against the wall that are just like maybe 1/10 of the size or 9/10 of the size of a normal square. So I'm just gonna trim those up and put them in. And after work I'll grab it. Can I just say that I'm so proud of myself? Never in my life have I ever done flooring whatsoever, and I know that this vinyl tile probably isn't that difficult. However, I taught this to myself in maybe 10 minutes of YouTube videos yesterday and felt comfortable enough to try it for our house showing today. So, pretty proud. Almost there. Just gotta cut, I think, what, 3 more tiles? Yeah, it looks like 3. I freaking did it. Look it. They are all done. All of them. All I have to do now is eventually grout it after work, and hopefully we can find some spare baseboard in the shed. But oh my gosh! Freaking did it. So later on that same night, I started working on packing up our bar cabinet. My whole plan for this moving process was ultimately to tackle either one space or one room per day, if not more in a day, obviously, with such a tight timeline. But today, after having done some renovations downstairs and working on our guest bathroom vanity and all that, wanted to just do something really simple since I was still working a lot of hours at this time as well. So today I wanted to start working on the bar cabinet since despite the fact that it is a small space, it does involve a lot of effort when packing since everything in it is largely breakable. And so one of my tips is to pack up all of your extra like t-shirts or casual clothing, any of your cleaning towels, washcloths, things like that that you're not going to be using, and use those as a buffer. Since we were moving ourselves, it was very advantageous of us to try and condense everything into as few boxes as possible, since all we had was a U-Haul to take us down there. And I know a U-Haul is a huge amount of space depending on which size you get. It just seemed as though with all of the large furniture pieces that we intended to take with us, we weren't going to have a whole bunch of room for boxes, and that it still may be a tight squeeze regardless. So anyways, back to actually packing up the bar cabinet. And if you're anything like me, in the process of taking some boxes downstairs, you get sidetracked with yet another project. We had some people coming to tour our house pretty soon, so I wanted to move out as many of our personal belongings and just storage areas into less visible places. That way people can see all of the available storage to them and how maybe they'd want to use that space for their family and their circumstances. So here I am, just moving out all of our Christmas storage and just sentimental items out into the garage. That way it wasn't taking up so much space. Okay guys, we have all of 12 days to finish packing up the rest of our house and move it 3 states away, where we will both be starting our jobs on that following Monday. So when we first started packing up the house to show the house, we probably packed up, I would say, 50% of what we have. But now comes the fun part, because it's all the little things like every kitchen appliance that we have, silverware, dishes, all the breakables that are a lot more cumbersome to pack, we now have to pack. So I'm going to take you guys along as we try to finish packing up our house quickly before we move. Alright, so we are now going to pack up the rest of my bar cabinet. We packed up a lot of this yesterday, as you guys saw. Hi. But we have to finish packing this up. These are things that I know we're not going to use until we move. Alright, so this is a tip that I learned when we moved the first time. It saves you space, but also just make sure things don't break because it's extra cushion. So old t-shirts, or any t-shirt for that matter, works great to pack up any breakables. Some people even use like fuzzy socks and whatnot to wrap up things like champagne glasses or skinnier wine glasses. So, just gonna wrap it up like so. And try to make sure to pack some extra between the glasses too, just to make sure they don't break. The other thing is we are moving ourselves, so the less boxes we have, the better, because we cannot afford, and there's not a bigger U-Haul size than what we're currently getting. Alright, that just about wraps up our moving Reno home DIY content for the day. Hope you guys don't mind me sharing some of the Reno projects. I really just wanted to share them because to me I find it encouraging to see other women doing things around their house. And I know that was probably not a huge project by any means to a lot of people, but it was a lot for me to finally do for once. So it was a very proud moment for me. But hope you guys enjoy the moving content. I'm sure there's gonna be at least 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 more moving content videos to come between us packing up our Kentucky home and moving down into our new Georgia home. But thank you guys so much for following along, and I'll see you guys again here soon. Bye. Alright, hi guys. So we have pretty much all of the bar cabinet emptied out. Those are not ours, that's from the stager. Those are some chocolates for friends. And then all of this down here is some booze that we may or may not be leaving out, because I think we have friends that are gonna come over and help us move at the last minute. And just to say thank you, I'll give some of those away as gifts, and or they can just have some while they help pack up if they'd like.